because we have completed chapter number 1 in the offline classes. So chapter number 2, chemical changes and reactions. All of you have studied about changes in your previous classes. There are two types of changes, physical change and chemical change. In physical change, there is no change in the composition of the matter and no new substance is formed. Sometimes it's a reversible change. But in chemical change, composition of the matter changes and it forms a new substance. It's an irreversible process. Now, chemical reaction. What do you mean by chemical reaction? Chemical reaction performs when a matter goes through the chemical change and new substances are formed. As we can take example of nitrogen and oxygen. You can clearly see here that one molecule of nitrogen is combined with the another molecule of oxygen. And these two combine together to form a molecule of nitrogen oxide, which is a completely different substance from nitrogen and oxygen. So in this way, you see that the two elements combine together to form a new substance. The atoms or elements which are reacting with each other are called reactant, and the product portion is that which is the substance formed after the chemical reaction or chemical change. Representation of chemical reaction. A chemical reaction is represented by chemical equation, which is a shorthand form for representing the result of a chemical change. The reactant side is always taken at the left side in the chemical equation and product side is always at right hand side of the chemical equation. Here the symbolic form of chemical equation is taken. COH whole twice plus 2HNO3 gives CaNO3 whole twice plus 2H2 and its word equation will be calcium hydroxide plus nitric acid dilute gives calcium nitrate plus water. Reactants are those compounds which take part in the reaction and products are those compounds which are formed as the result of the reaction. Chemical change is an internal change which changes the composition of the substance, but it also exhibits some external indication by which we can recognize the chemical reactions. The indications which are accompanied in a chemical reaction are change of color. When copper nitrate is heated, its blue color changes to black. When lead nitrate is heated, its white color changes to yellow color. Evolution of a gas. In some reactions, gases are evolved, like in sodium sulfide, which reacts with dilute sulfuric acid. Evolution of sulfur dioxide gas occurred. Calcium carbonate with dilute hydrochloric acid gives carbon dioxide gas. Gases are indicated with this G in the big bracket. Formation of precipitate. In some chemical reactions, an insoluble precipitate means an insoluble substance has been formed, which settles down at the bottom of the test tube. According to the color of the precipitate, we recognize the reaction. Like when lead nitrate and sodium chloride reacts with each other, they form white precipitate of lead chloride. Similarly, when copper sulfate and sodium hydroxide reacts with each other, they form precipitate of pale blue color, which is copper hydroxide. Evolution or absorption of heat. There are two types of reactions on the basis of evolution or absorption of heat. If heat energy is evolved in the reaction, then it is exothermic and it is shown by plus del sign in the reaction. If absorption of heat energy occurs in the reaction, that means it is endothermic reaction and it is shown by minus del sign in the reaction. Examples are nitrogen and hydrogen. When nitrogen and oxygen reacts with each other, it gives two molecules of nitrogen monoxide. It's an endothermic reaction, hence minus del sign is put in the reaction. Types of chemical changes or chemical reactions. First is direct combination reaction. In this type of reaction, two compounds combine together to form one compound. Decomposition reaction. In this reaction, one chemical compound decomposes to form two or more simpler substances. Displacement reaction. A chemical reaction in which an element or radical has replaced another element in a compound. You can see here that A plus BC gives AC plus B. Here you can see that the element C is with B in the reactant side, and in the product side, C is now with element A. Double decomposition reaction. A chemical reaction in which two reactants are both decomposed to form new substances by exchanging their radicals, like AB plus CD gives AD plus CB.
That's all for now. We'll meet in the next video with the second part of the chapter. Till then, take care, be safe, study well.